begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
First of all, I would like to welcome our new face, Gail Garner, who recently taken Lynn's place. He's recently caucused in, so I think he's a familiar face, and we welcome him, and I'm sure he'll do a great job. Okay, first item is approval agenda. We do have, I know, one that we'll be removing. We're live?
Yeah, we just don't have Erwin picture. That's
Oh.
Everybody wants to see you, Miss Arla. There we go.
The last item on our item four, we would be removing that county general, Perry County Jail meals. That's off the agenda for tonight. I think Alan has another proposal. Any other changes? Oh, we do add special meeting under 7C, the very last one, special meeting 8:15 at 5:30. Hopefully it'll be a quick meeting.
And that's in lieu of the one we're striking?
Yes, it will pertain to that, yes.
Okay.
If no other changes, I would entertain a motion
So moved.
to approve. Do I have a second?
A second.
Paul made a motion, second by Erla. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 6-0. Next, we have the minutes of the June 22nd and July 13th. We can do these separate. I'm not sure if everyone was at both of those meetings or not.
You want to take it separately or what?
We'll do them separately.
Take the 13th first.
Should take 22nd.
No, the June 22nd is. We're doing it first.
Yes, I'm sorry.
Has everyone had a chance to review those minutes?
I make a motion to approve.
Keith made a motion to approve. Do I have a second?
Second.
Second by Paul. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 6-0. And now we have the July 13th, which was a special meeting minutes to approve.
Make a motion to approve.
A second.
Motion by Keith to approve, second by Erla. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 6-0. Next, we have public comments. I don't think anybody signed in or anything.
I didn't know where you could sign in at.
Did you have a comment?
I do have a
Wait.
comment. I want to take comment.
Just come ahead up.
Come up to the podium, please.
Okay.
State your name, because we don't know you.
Oh my gosh, I'm Mary Lee Smith, and I just have a question, a concern with what we just listened to. My concern is that with the way things function in our office, appears it's going to take a lot more time. So is there an option that some of us could, if we chose to, where the supervisor don't have to be watching the employees all the time because she can trust them to do their time? Can we just enter our time, or does everybody have to clock in?
I would think everybody would have to clock in. I mean, there would be a time clock or a type of mechanism mounted. Everybody comes in, most employees come in the back door.
Oh, so we're not
And
going
then
to be
you would
using the
just swipe.
phone and our computers and stuff? Like,
I reckon, no, I wouldn't want to. The state, their county highway employees that are showing up on the job site would, almost have to use their phones. But everybody that's working in this building they would just put their finger on it and move on down the line. Is the way I would rather see it be done.
Okay, well, see, the way he was talking, I took it that we would be doing it with our computers and, if we just put our time in and stuff and, I just see, and maybe as time goes on, and I don't want to be Debbie Downer, usually I'm Pollyanna, but I just see it's going to take up a lot more of Jane's time because Mary Lee will forget to clock in and it's going to take up some
I
more
think there
time.
would need to be in my opinion, once again, I'm just one vote.
Right.
If the system is established and 3 months down the road, you've got 90 missed punches, there must be a problem.
90, that's a lot.
Well, I know, I probably,
Right.
but I think this, and we're not accusing nobody of nothing, but it's a system. We've got to do away with the paper system and tying Kelly down.
I don't disagree
But we
with that at all,
gotta-
and I think things need to be cut down. I was just asking if it can be done electronically without having to punch a time clock. Because,
There is talk of that you could log on with your computer.
so,
We have recently done this a couple years ago where we do it digitally. And I think we have very few missed punches. And we have like 250 employees.
Mhm.
And it seems to be working really well.
I think that
Right.
probably, it's the way to go.
well,
'Cause I
I
think
mean,
everybody-
you're all gonna make the decision. I just wanted to ask the question if there was a possibility that you could or could not choose to punch in. So,
Right.
So that-
We use paychecks at the hospital,
mhm.
and you can clock in at the computer or at the time clock on that. And it worked out well.
Okay, so that's all I got
All
to
right,
say.
thanks.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks,
Thank you,
Mary Lee.
Mary Lee.
Next, we have Christina with the additional appropriations.
Yes, we just have one additional appropriation for the coroner's office for autopsy fees for $10,000 to be added. We are at 16 autopsies already so far this year. I already have an additional appropriation from Warren for an additional $10,000 that will be published in the August 15th advertisement and brought to you guys on August 25th. I know that Warren and I have spoken and we have looked over the past 5 years as we're in budget preparation right now. And Warren is looking at requesting between 12 and possibly up to 14 for next year. We're at a point here where, we might not have any autopsies for the rest of 2023. It's just one of those things where you look at you look at a 5-year span, and we're going to, he's always been one of those budgets that basically goes on the shorter end just to free up more money at the beginning or at budget prep time. And this is a year that we've had a lot of additionals that he's had to do. So that's kind of the information
So
that I have to share.
The 10 that had tonight and then the 10 in August will get you current probably.
Yeah. I mean,
Yep.
With the 10 for tonight, I'm still gonna be $545 in the red at this point. From this point forward, the 10,000 next month, I hope they'll cover it. I just don't know, 'cause the whole thing is, we've had 38 coroner's cases this year already. 16 of the 38, which 42% of them has been autopsies. That's almost half of our cases this year has been autopsies. So it's there's nothing I can do about it. It's just cases that has to be done. I mean, we've had several
I
critical
want
cases.
to make a motion that we approve it because I just don't think that we need to go into detail of why you're
Yeah.
having to do the autopsies. I think we need to just Make a motion to approve it. We got to pay for them.
Well, I don't think there's any question that we would be approving it.
No,
It's just,
you need to wait for David to
It's,
do
it's,
the motion.
my question was just,
Way
you
out.
know, what this was going to do.
And you take care of your seat and I'll
The
take care
first
of mine.
10,000 and the next 10,000, I
I
just,
hope the next 10,000, like I say, after tonight, I'm still $545 in the red,
red.
but then, I've talked to Dr. Jacoby and, that's, one of those things that he understands with small counties.
right,
And, but then the next 10,000 next month, if I can get by with maybe only one or two more autopsies, then whatever's left over goes back.
so my question was, the next 10,000 has not been spent already.
No, just $545.
So you still have 9,500 to work with for the next autopsies.
Right.
That was my
There's no other
question.
Outstanding invoices coming in.
No, I've turned everything in that, Dr. Jacoby has done so far this year, so,
Okay. That answers my question. Thank you.
okay. And I got one other thing on this time clock thing. It says the supervisor's supposed to approve the timesheets. The county has got one supervisor that even admitted that he's never seen a timesheet. He just, so
I hope
how,
it's
how's
salaried
that gonna
employee.
be?
Is it a salaried employee?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's not seeing what all his employees are turning in. He's gave the permission for somebody just to rubber stamp it. So somebody needs to be everybody needs to be into the system if the county's going to do it.
Absolutely.
That's all I've got to say.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, at this time, I've been entertaining a motion for approval of the 10,000 additional for the autopsy fees.
I'll make that motion.
Motion by Stan,
I'll second it.
second by Paul. All those in favor, sing by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 6-0. You saying?
I said, good job, Steve.
Oh. Next, we have Jane James, recorder.
Good evening, everybody. I
Good
come to
evening.
you once a year, and it's time, so. So first of all, on the agenda is my request for approval of both my part-time positions for 2024. And did you all receive my letter and have a chance to look at everything? Okay, good. So for the public, do you want me to just give a little spiel so they'll know what I'm talking about?
I was just wondering where are you at? Maybe you'll come up with that as you talk, your real spiel.
Okay, yeah.
Where you're at on,
Oh, where we are at on back indexing?
yes.
Well, we've done 24,000 documents since we started. We have, I looked today so I could tell you there's about 64,000 more to do. So
So you're about a third done?
yeah. So we've got a ways to go yet, but we're figuring that we can complete this project. And and Mary Lee's gonna bring you up a book. We want to show you what these girls are looking at, because you think they're just maybe typing from a nice piece of paper. They have to go in and they have to decipher what all of these documents are. They have to be able to read them. They have to study them. It's not just like they're going in and typing stuff. They are trying to
They're not getting
decipher.
data from data. They're getting data from recorded documents. And this is.
And it's not, you've got to search for it, you got to look for it, you got to decipher what they're saying. And it's going to get harder every year because we're, like we said, we're going back to
Easy,
these
Mary,
older
don't
books that are.
injure your eyes. You work this stuff.
So I just want you all to know that it's not just a simple data entry
Right.
thing. They're deciphering and they're looking through and, yeah.
So they're not legitimately scanning, they're actually.
They're already
scanning.
scanned in. They are indexing the information so that people can find it.
Okay,
Getting it on the computer, because most of our clients now, we had 2,000 searchers, just they're called occasional searchers, like that searched in 2023. They searched our records. Then we have 14 everyday users that use it every day, and this is through the enhanced access too. So I mean, our records are very important,
it's
very.
our history, county history.
And
So like what you, excuse
Go
me,
ahead.
when she says scan, like each one of these documents is scanned under a document number. And then, so then these girls, when they bring it up, they're going through and they're reading this document to pull up like who the grantor is, who the grantee is, section, township, and range. And they're looking for that, and they gotta be able to read all this information. So it's gonna take longer now since they're back into the handwriting.
but we're thinking we could get this done in 6 to 10 years.
What year are you on?
We 2 years.
So we're 2 years in.
We're 2 years in. And the reason I say I can't give you an exact is because the further we go back, the harder it is
Mhm.
to look through and figure out what you have to index.
Is this an requirement of the state that we have to?
This is not,
We're doing
this
this.
is not a
It's
requirement.
just our-
We have the money in our recorder's perpetuation,
Okay.
so it doesn't have to come from the general. But this is what all of our customers, they're like, when are you gonna get all this on? This is what people wanna
Right.
see. They want that enhanced access. They want those records there. So this is what most counties in Indiana recorders
That was my next question.
are doing that.
Yeah.
Yes, most
Yeah.
of them are
I
doing
think
that.
it's good stuff, but,
Mhm.
you know, just,
Plus you got permanent record in case something would happen to the paper document.
And some of the documents are, they were just telling me today, Mary was working on a book that is really brittle, the pages are, they're falling apart and it has to be restored. And so that's another reason why we want to get this done too.
So that way the books then don't have to be handled by anybody. It's all
Yeah.
electronically stored.
The more you have them, the more brittle they become.
Right, correct. And plus you get grease on them and everything else, yes.
So, anybody have any more questions so far? Or?
just recording history, right?
It's quite an undertaking. too.
And I mean, as far as my job, it is that's my job is to keep those records. And I have to keep them in good shape and
I'm glad you're doing it.
So I was going to ask you tonight, will you approve the position for 2024? And then I kind of wanted to see if maybe I wouldn't have to come every year before you and go, do this bill every year. So there's 2 questions I have for you.
Why wouldn't you come every year?
Well, I just didn't know if I didn't think I would have to, because I have the money and the money's already there and I just, but I mean, I will if that's what you want. I just
I
wanted
think
to
you
see.
should.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
you come every year and just, you know,
Okay, and tell you how we're doing.
Right.
Okay, yeah, I guess the only reason is because I don't, do other offices have to come in and,
Grants, everything.
okay. No, well, just
Grants
and say how they're doing.
Okay, and even though that this is a recorder's perpetuation fund that they're using it out of, and she always makes sure there's enough money to fund those employees that, because the recorder's perpetuation is for the recorder to spend on such things as this enhanced access of, preserving the documents and everything. So, that's all in the scope of her job. And it's all in the scope of that fund that was set up for the recorder to use. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
it kind of provides the council an update
Okay,
on where you're at.
okay, that's fine. I just,
I think it's a good idea. you
Yeah.
know.
Okay, well, she thought she would save everybody some time.
Yeah.
So.
that's fine.
I mean, I know
Yeah.
it's kind of repetitious, but at least it's kind of the same thing you're doing each year, I guess. It doesn't really require a whole lot of preparation. You can just
Yeah.
go from last year's and
Yes.
kind of,
Yes, I'm fine with that. Just
Okay.
thought I'd ask. Doesn't hurt to ask.
no.
So
So
I guess I just need to know if you're going to approve them for next year then.
You ready for a motion?
I assume so.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
Motion by Paul, second by Keith. All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 6-0.
Thank you so much.
Thanks, James. Thanks for all you ladies. What you done.
I do want to, yeah, then we're going to
Go
do the
ahead.
presentation. But I do want to, they are working hard and I've got a great staff, so just got to brag on my staff a little bit. Okay. So the next thing I'm on there is for the sworn statement. And this is where my recorder's perpetuation is really only for the preservation of records and record keeping systems. And so really it's not for my supplies or expenses that would normally come out of the general fund. But I can do a sworn statement every year so that I can pay those to help out, because I know the county, the general fund is it's tough making all those appropriations. So I want to help out, and I swear that I have enough money in my recorder's perpetuation that I can pay the $4,375 for our supplies and other expenses this year again. And I would be happy to do that.
Does this require, or don't require any action unless it's.
It does.
Mhm.
It's got a paper.
Yeah, there's an ordinance with this.
I have to have an ordinance signed.
I think it
You
has
guys
to be
sign
done probably annually too, doesn't it?
Annually. That has to be done annually too.
This basically the same form every county uses.
Yes,
You
yes.
fill in your information.
Yes.
I mean, she's abiding by Indiana code.
Yes.
She's required to.
Yeah, I'm
Do
required to do
I'm
this
often
by Indiana
saving
code.
the county general money.
So,
So that was all I had to tell you about that. I will say that, I submitted the first one back in 2019. That's kind of when it came into law that we could do this. And I have every year since then, and we'll continue to do that because, like I said, I want to help out as much as I can too.
I think I would entertain a motion to approve this.
I'll make that
ordinance.
motion.
Motion by Stan, second by
That's called.
Gail. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 6-0.
And there'll be an ordinance that I think she has there for you all to sign.
Yeah.
And I thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jack.
Next on agenda is Steve Howell, Highway Department Superintendent, requesting 2 employees retiring in August, and he would like to replace them. You can't get by without them?
Well, we could, but you probably get a lot of phone calls.
You're not one of the 2, are you?
No,
Okay.
Have these
Yeah.
people been planning to retire for some time?
they've been talking about for a while, they was aiming to retire in August. Now one of them's gonna be September before he gets everything set with perf. The other's gonna be August the 31st, but he was aiming to retire the 1st, but he's been having problems getting hold of perf, getting things set up, so.
Either truck drivers or operators or
One truck driver, one foreman.
people in mind for them, or have you advertised?
No, we
You
haven't.
can advertise, but
No, we don't have anybody in line for it.
I guess we would entertain a motion to allow
Motion
Steve to do that.
Steve
Motion
gets-
by
I'll
Keith, second by Stan. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 6-0.
That's all I had. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
thank you, Steve.
Thank you, Steve. Appreciate everything you do, bud.
Next item is the council 2024 County Council budget approval. I think this is normally the meeting where we always have approved the budget. You should have had a copy of the proposed budget. I mean, this is subject to change. It has to be approved by the council, but at present, we do not have raises allowed in this.
Well, I will tell you guys that we had, I sent you guys before we edited this. We're switched back to the 27, this was based off of a 27 pays. So if you guys don't do any raises, then it'll still be at the 33,481, not the 34,769 that was on there. So I do apologize for that. That one didn't get changed yet.
So the 34 becomes 33
461 or 481. If you guys,
if we choose
you don't
not
do
to have raises.
that's what you guys did for 2023.
What's everyone think?
Make a motion that we approve.
Do I have a second?
For the 33,481.
The no raises.
No worries.
So it would be the
Pardon?
3,481.
Budget, does I have raises there?
No, it doesn't.
But we can add them though.
You can.
Okay. We gotta get a raise.
Just for us.
Okay,
We're not talking about,
okay.
This is just us.
Okay, I'm
this
sorry.
is just for
No, we don't
the
need
council.
Okay.
This is the
This
council.
is the council's pay. Don't have anything to do with the county employees.
I'll read something else.
Okay.
Yes.
Second,
Motion McKee, second by Paul. All those in favor, signify by saying
Without
aye.
Raises,
Without raises.
okay.
Is that okay with you?
Yeah.
All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 6-0. Annual conference, 9/25 through 9/28.
This is the last time I'll put it on the agenda. I'm gonna go ahead this week and register everybody at once that has said. Anyone else that decides at a later date to go can let me know and I'll register them. But I've been holding off on registering just to wait and get everybody registered at once. So I know that,
Who do you have?
I'm trying to remember that. Paul told me he was going. Erla, did you, I think you were on that, Paul and Erla. Stan said he was going. That's all I had. Were you going?
What about Gail? You
I told you.
wanted to go?
David or,
Gail, you gonna go?
So when is it?
25th through the 28th
September.
September.
so Monday,
It's
third,
essentially, lost, we're just driving rather than staying.
We're driving.
We're probably in carpool.
Back.
Put me down.
okay. So, and then I'll just need to follow up with Kelly.
I think she maybe said she was too, didn't
Okay.
she? I wouldn't swear to it.
Okay. So,
Okay, next item is special meeting, 8/15 at 5:30.
What's this meeting about again?
This would be
Alan,
Alan,
for his additional appropriation.
additional appropriation for the meals.
And make
Oh,
sure
okay. I got you.
That was just information. Can everybody, we need at least 4. It should be a brief meeting.
That's good.
That's the only thing that's going to be on the agenda.
So when is it?
August 15th at 5:30. That's on a Tuesday. So we need at least have 4 people, so we have a quorum. If there's nothing else, I would entertain a motion for adjournment.
Motion.
Who said that?
I did.
Keith? Motion by Keith, second by Stan. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Motion carries 6-0.